Hello, hello, and welcome to the last day of today in Global Hack Week. We are pretty much on track with amazing streams that have been going on this week, so we're going to obviously close it up with another set of great stuff today. I'm going to give people a little bit of time to pop into the chat, say hello, say good morning or good evening, depending on where you're coming from, or even good afternoon. And then we'll wrap up this Global Hack Week, kick off our last day with a strong start. And have some fun while we're at it. And of course, if there's any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I know we've got lots of exciting things. We even have a back-to-back stream. Definitely a few hours between it, but I know it'll be very, very helpful. Hello, welcome. How has your Global Hack Week been? Are you excited for the next one? I think our next one is already on the schedule. I think our closing ceremony, we might talk a little bit about it today or tomorrow, technically. Got some stragglers coming in. I know it's the last day. You're exhausted after all your challenges. But it seems like you all have had a pretty good week. Hello, you were at most of my streams this week. How has your Global Hack Week been? I hope it was chaotic in a good way. That's amazing. I'm so glad you had a great Global Hack Week. I hope we can keep having these like wonderful Global Hack Weeks. I mean, we have new topics every time. I just don't always participate. So I know that they're good. I'm just like, I was not a part of that sometimes. Not to say that that is a deciding factor on things. All right. It's been almost a minute. I want to kick this off so that way if we do have questions, we can get right into it. But honestly, since it's the last day, I'm not expecting too much, but you never know. There's always people who join late, especially as we add new members to the community. Okay. So, welcome to day 7 of Cloud Week. We've gone over lots of amazing things so far. I know that personally I did a hardware x Firebase approach. I know that there's been more about deploying your own websites and learning how to use online products, especially for hosting like models and a variety of other things. So lots of variety. I know we've also had some really fun mini games. We've had Tetris twice. So lots of wonderful things this week. I hope you remember to check in. Today is among your last few hours or last 24 hours to wrap up your challenges. So as far as who am I am an MLH coach. Obviously, I'm also on stream, and I have been actually working on a sweater for a while now. I don't always have time, which is why it's going very slowly. I think I could get it done a lot faster if I didn't have everything else on my plate, but currently I'm on the sleeves. So once I finish the sleeves, I just have to finish like the last few inches of the body and I'm done. Very exciting stuff. But I also, normally for people who have seen me before, I usually talk about books and I'm like, New Year, you don't need to know how much I'm reading right now because it's not as much as I would like. PhD things be busy. But how was yesterday? I know I mentioned there was a lot of things this week, but yesterday itself, you continued leveling up your Docker skills. Love that. You're having what looks to be, you were doing some setup in the client file of your Docker file, quite busy. And then you also continued your Firebase track. That was not me, but Alberto. I think Alberto does this almost every year, or at least he's definitely done this in a couple of Global Hack Weeks, just making sure that you are zero to heroing your way into success. Having personally experienced my own difficulties with Firebase, I wish I could have caught these streams. They would have helped me so much in preparing for the hardware stuff I was working on, but I know Alberto did a great job. It is truly a zero to hero track. And if you missed out on these, definitely consider checking out our YouTube channel or Twitch. A lot of our recorded videos are absolutely definitely on YouTube. I'm not super sure on Twitch. I've been having some issues pulling some past ones. But let's talk about what's happening today, which is a quick pause to say if you haven't checked in, go run and do that right now. Or at least pull it up in the link so that way you can jump over, get it done in the middle of maybe the question and answer if you don't have any questions. Really want to make sure you all get your points, get your stickers, in a couple weeks to a couple months, depending on when they ship out. Really want to make sure you get, those engagement, rewards. But okay, today we have checked in we've done our Today in Global Hack Week part as far as reviewing things. Maybe it was yesterday in Global Hack Week. Today in Global Hack Week, we'll be continuing on with Alberto's Firebase from Zero to Hero at 2 p.m. Eastern to 11:30 p.m. IST. I know, again, having struggled as I did for my streams, this is worth it. Definitely check it out. And then we have our back-to-back at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. IST. So he really made sure that if you weren't able to catch it, you have time to watch it and be ready for whatever stream you can make. And then we have Cigar, who is deploying containerized applications, continuing his Docker work on part 3, which will be 4 a.m. Eastern, 1:30 p.m. IST. Definitely check that out. Docker is a big component of a lot of the way people in industry go ahead and launch their microservices to plenty of other opportunities and applications. And then, sadly, but not least, we're doing our closing ceremony where we're especially highlighting our sponsors who has hosted this week at Global Hack Week. And Mary and Ryan will be wrapping things up for you, telling you what's next, and making sure that they've sent you off from this week's Global Hack Week with positivity and good vibes. And of course, looking forward to what's coming up next. That'll be 12 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 p.m. IST. Now, I know that was pretty short, but if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in chat. If you want to tell me your favorite part about Global Hack Week this week, now's your chance. Put that on the stream if you haven't already. I will do my best to capture your enthusiasm. But I'll again remind you that if you haven't checked in, and now is a great time to check in before you lose that opportunity for points. Reminding you as well to check into the Discord, so that way if there's anybody talking about things, working on challenges, you might be able to collaborate with them. Get in those last points, like I said, or even just hang out and celebrate the last day, especially as we have some pretty good streams today. Even though they are 2 topics, I still think they're very valuable. Okay, so we have someone who didn't realize how amazing Tetris players were in the community. Yeah, we had a pro player in one of my Tetris rounds, and that was a very quick round. But it's also very interesting to see how they play to learn and get better from them. So honestly, it was a pretty nice aspect. I really enjoyed having that chance to be like, oh, I can learn from a master. Whoa, which is kind of awkward because I'm like, I've been playing Tetris for a long time, not religiously, but quite a bit. Any other fun facts that you've learned from this Global Hack Week, or things that you'd like to share? If there's no questions, then we may as well, start wrapping up. I know it's a pretty short Today in Global Hack Week, but again, it's the last day. People are wrapping up things. Oh no! What do you mean you got bored in Kari's? Kari's great. I love her workshops. I usually go to those if I want to learn mobile apps. She's like the person I go to for those kinds of things. Alberto gave you the name Leak, and you also enjoyed my hardware streams. Well, I guess I'm biased to say thank you. I appreciate that. But, show Kari some love. I think you didn't give her a good chance. Kari's a great teacher. She's literally a teacher. Very enthusiastic. I know she's super excited to teach people mobile apps, though. But maybe mobile apps aren't your thing. Maybe that's why you got bored. Alrighty, maybe we'll wrap it up at the 10-minute mark, since pretty quiet today. The age-old dreaded JS. That is totally fair. JavaScript is not the easiest language when you're starting out. There's plenty of nuances to it, so it definitely spooks a lot of people. But, a lot of people feel that way about hardware too. It really just depends on, what sparks your interest. So that's totally okay. There are many ways to go about programming things, even if it's not JavaScript. Maybe it's that you need some more knowledge in another space that you can bring it over to the JavaScript side. That's usually how I approach JavaScript. I pull my knowledge from elsewhere to better understand JavaScript, but I don't claim to be an expert by any means. I'm still a beginner. JavaScript has changed so much over the years and has grown massively, and it's just so hard to keep up. Alrighty, we've got about 20 more seconds. Again, really quiet today. I know you all want to get to your challenges, wrap up the day. Maybe you've got classes in case classes have started already. It do, in fact, be like that. Such is the fall semester. But all right. Oh, is it possible to earn swag even if you do not get the GitHub developer pack? Um, Not being super knowledgeable about the way that the challenges work, generally you're hoping to earn as many challenge points as you can to reach a minimum of whatever the category is. I do believe, you know what? Let's go check it now, just so that way we can take a look. So I went to the Global Hack Week page. I'm not showing it right now just because I wanted to quickly go through it. But I went to the challenges page so I could scroll through and see what there is. There's a couple of featured challenges, today challenges. I think the GitHub Developer Pack is just for points. So if you're able to do anything else, not necessarily using the GitHub Developer Pack, I don't think that that would impact you too much. So I'm inclined to believe that even if you didn't have it, you can absolutely still get some swag. We recognize that not everyone who attends is an active student, and that can make things a little difficult. So I would say that it's probably more of an accessibility approach that we probably don't require that as, ensuring that you get some swag. More so, it's important that you do at least some of the challenges to earn, minimum number of points. I know you get an email every day telling you your point total, and that'll better help you understand how much you've earned and what you can get with it. I do know that at least for participating in most challenges or like most daily challenges, I think you at least get, the MLH sticker pack, but you get the really special ones for like a lot more points. Ooh, and it looks like you helped Cigar with screen sharing in a mini event. Awesome. Some Elaters really do love how the community comes back to help out in a variety of ways. The deadline for submitting the challenges, I do believe it is before closing ceremony, if not that evening. Let me go ahead and double check that on the challenges, see if there is something up. Usually for certain challengers, they're timed. So like, for example, submitting a registration for this event, you will go ahead. I'm sorry, I got distracted by the new chats coming in. Holy. So the deadline for submitting challenges, I would say it's safe to assume get as much as you can done before closing ceremony. And that way, if there is time and you have anything left, you can just focus on those if closing ceremony tells you otherwise. I think they'll double check and tell you exactly how much time you have after closing ceremony. And then once again, it is not required to get the GitHub developer pack. If you're not a student, I know that this can be quite difficult, if near impossible. But I do think that if you are an active student or you are a bootcamp student, I believe, you are still eligible to get the developer pack. We just do know that it does take a little bit of time to usually get access to it. So we're, again, accommodating of that aspect. This is a very good question, and I think it is a question for closing ceremony. I don't remember how many points you need. I truly do not remember. Let me actually, you know what? I'm going to go to the swag page and let's see. Aha. So to earn your basic swag, which includes a sticker pack and postcard, this is on the swag side of the Global Hack Week website. You need to make sure that you've checked into the event overall, which includes joining the MLH Community Discord server, submitting an address to hackpack/address, and completing all of our registration challenges. So that means that you've checked in every day, or at least all of the various events. And then to earn bonus swag, which includes extra stickers, make sure you attend at least 5 live sessions at Global Hack Week. So that should give you a better idea of what you can do. I don't know points-wise, but at least you can figure out from what you've submitted what you are eligible for. Do I have a favorite cat? I'm inclined to be biased and say my cat is my favorite cat. But I do have a lot of friends' cats who are very good follow-up favorite cats. They are all very cute cats. That is a great question. I do not know. I think you should count up all the challenges that were available this week. And then see, because I'm like, is it 1 point per thing? Or is it like a custom amount of points based on whatever it is that you're working on? That, I challenge you to figure that out and let us know. Maybe you get a prize for guessing the right number. I don't know. I can't promise that, but that's something maybe you could ask at closing ceremony, that if you figure out the maximum number of points, maybe something can be negotiated. I, again, can't promise that. That's a Ryan and Mary question for sure. So maybe if you get TNR on your side, maybe he might do something for, I don't know. You're not late. Actually, well, okay, you're kind of late. We are wrapping up. We went over today's stuff, but at this point, people are just chilling, chatting, asking some last minute questions about point system. Just again, as a reminder, make sure you've checked into all the registrations that you need, finished as many challenges as you can. That way, when it comes to closing ceremony tomorrow, if you get some bonus time, you're already smooth sailing and you can focus on whatever else you'd like to do as far as challenges, or say, I'm good. It's been a long global hack week, but I want to make sure that people at least have a chance to be like, oh, that's right, I need to go finish things. So take that opportunity. I know that, again, we only have 3 or 4 streams today, but I mean, that's plenty of free time in between, or even later tonight, depending on your time zone. I am not sure. As I said, from the Global Hack Week site, which I'll go ahead and share, not on the screen, but in the chat, this will tell you more about what you're eligible for based on what types of events that you've participated in. And that will give you a better idea of what you could potentially be getting. And if you find that you're short this week, don't worry, we have Global Hack Weeks every single month. So you can also go ahead and consider what's your optimal plan for Global Hack Week in October. Because obviously there's going to be one in October. You can start thinking ahead of how you want to optimize it. Yes, you will get a letter in the mail with your stickers and postcard. It may take some time. We do know that once you leave the U.S. area of things tend to take a lot longer. So hang on to your patience. If you still haven't heard in like a month or two, open a ticket with the MLH Discord. See if you can't get an answer. They'll give you a more estimated timeline about which countries tend to have shipments when. But I do know a couple of people who are in the Discord will usually answer that question and say, I usually get it after X months, just because of where they're living and how the access is to mail there. So while I would say like it will be a bit, just have hope. You will get it eventually. I can't share it right now. The Google Doc I never share. So for those who are not aware, with the way that I do my workshops, I always have a checklist of what we're going to do on stream that day, what work I've done to prepare for the stream, and what work I'm hoping that we'll go over, depending on how much time we have and whether bugs break us. But as far as the link to the code, actually, all of the code I pulled for the Arduino has mostly been tutorial code. I wanted to make sure that things worked without fail-ish. Recognizing that the only thing that could be wrong is like my sensors. We were doing a hardware hack for that matter. And so I will see about posting the Arduino or Firebase code to my GitHub, but that might be a bit. If I'm on Global Hack Week next month and I haven't done it, bother me in my workshop if I have a workshop, and I'll see about getting it onto GitHub for y'all. It was super weird because of Firebase deploy, where I was like, I don't really want to share my secrets. That'd be weird. But I also was like, there was a lot of code that we worked through, and not everything worked. So I will try and make time, but I am writing my dissertation and trying to graduate. So things are a mess. So I appreciate patience and flexibility with that. But yeah, if you haven't seen anything updated on my GitHub, bother me next Global Hack Week, and I will make that happen, because by then I should be done writing. I hope. I really hope I am. I would like to be done writing by then. All right, we've definitely gone over the time at this point. It's just chit chat. I encourage you to take it to the Discord, have some fun on this last day of Global Hack Week, and we'll go ahead and wrap up. So thanks so much for joining me, having a great conversation with y'all. I do like seeing my repeat attendees where possible and meeting new people. And then once again, I'll go ahead and post that check-in link. Make sure you get your last registration of the day. Make sure you catch those last points, give yourself any edge you can, and then make sure to give Mary and Ryan a big warm welcome when they come see you off at closing ceremony tomorrow in about 24 hours. So have a good one. Make sure you take breaks and drink water and get some rest. It is the end of Global Hack Week, and you must rest up for the next one. But make sure you also check into those streams, because those are going to be really good. Cool. Have a good one, everybody.